Hey guys, it's Chantal. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're having the habit, but with the little twist. So I just got like a side salad and fries, but I kind of wanted a sandwich. So I just put the salad on the pita bread, which is so good. I loved it so much last time. And so now we have this nice little pita sandwich bread. It has, like it says, everything of a salad. And then I also have avocado spread on one side, and then I put ranch like spread on the other side, kind of like the dressing, and then some fries, ranch, and then Dr. Pepper. Let me get a thumbnail, and then I'll tell you guys what happened to me yesterday. Okay, so, oh my gosh. I was running errands yesterday, and I went to put gas in my car. And normally what I do is I like to lock my car, take the key out, put in the console on the top part in between my seat, roll down my window and shut the door, or leave the door open. But most of the time I roll down the window and shut the door open just so I won't get locked out. But yesterday, I was so used to doing that. I wanted to go inside to grab something too. So I locked everything, like I locked it, and then I shut the door realizing the keys were sitting inside. So I was like, oh, I knew it was going to take forever. So I was like, I go inside and I'm like, hey, I said, I'm so sorry. I locked my keys in my car. Do you guys have anything that I could use to like maybe open it? She's like, no, but go next door. Maybe they have something. It's like an auto parts store, or not an auto, like a repair shop. So I go next door. He's like, no. He's like, what about AAA? Well, I know AAA, but all the information's in my car. Anyways, so I go back to the gas station. I'm like, oh, can I use your phone? She's like, so I was like, oh, I'm pump. I was like, don't forget, I'm on pump 12. So just so you know, she's like, oh yeah, it's okay. Accidents happen. I get it. Whatever. I also want her to watch, like, just kind of keep out for the car because, like I said, my purse is right there in the seat, keys and everything. So if someone comes by, they might bust the window and drive off. Whatever. First bite. So I called my sister. I'm like, she didn't answer. I left a message. I'm like, hey, got locked out. Can you call AAA? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm standing there, and then this guy comes up, and he's like, hey, just a one question, but my dog wants to slice of pizza. He's like, wasn't there a pizza place around here? I go, yeah. I'm like, it's over there, blah, blah, blah. So then, I don't know, I should ask him. I'm like, hey, you don't have anything that I could use to like open up my car door, like my car keys inside? He's like, oh no. I was like, yeah. He's like, actually, he goes, I am visiting from Nebraska, and I actually left my car running, and they didn't notice for like 2.5 hours, blah, blah, blah. So we're just like going back and forth. And then he's like, oh, well, can I help you with something? Do you need to use the phone? I said, I already called my sister. I said, but I really would love to see a police officer because that would be the fastest for him to open my car. So, you see that? So, he leaves, whatever. Shortly after that, I see a guy on a bike coming up. So I kind of move like towards the back of my car because he doesn't see me. So there's a girl in front of me. He's like telling her, oh, I just bought my wife a mountain bike and such and such. I don't know what he said because like I said, I moved to the back. And the next thing I know, she just says, sorry. So then he looks over, he sees me. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, I don't have anything. Like, I'm really going to say, oh, it's locked in my car right now. Oh, it's a long cry. So anyway, as I'm standing there, I'm thinking, I think I would dial the wrong number. because I'm like, I think I dialed the wrong number. Because I'm like, she would at least call back by now to see like who was that person calling that number, because you know it's not gonna come up. So I go back in this number. So I go back inside. I'm like, I'm sorry, I think I dialed the wrong number. I got some random person and be like, who is this girl leaving this message, right? So I go, like, whatever. I'm like laughing. I call back, she answers. I'm like, oh my God. I totally called the wrong number the first time. So tell her what happened. She's like, where's your AAA card? In my car. I go back outside and I'm waiting. And I'm just people watching, seeing what people are doing. I mean, some people are at the gas station forever, just doing all kinds of stuff. I'm like, I like to get there and go, especially now. I'm definitely going to be, no. So I'm waiting. And then me still looking around to see if there's a police officer anywhere. No one in sight. Like, haven't seen anyone pass through or anything. What's your burn? So then all of a sudden, I hear from the little speaker. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Before that, as I'm waiting and watching people watching, I see one of the, there was like 2 clerks. I see one leave. And then maybe 20 minutes later, I see another one leave. I said, oh, great. I'm going to go back there and explain to him why I'm standing here, because I don't want to think I'm weird just waiting here, standing here. So I was like, but I don't want to leave my car again, because like at some points the gas station was like freaking packed. And then there was a few times it was like barely any cars. So I was like, either way, I felt like not leaving it was a smart thing to do, because I couldn't see, like I would have to be watching every second. All it takes a second to want someone to come and bust your window, grab your stuff and go, right? So I was like, well, I'm just going to stand here, and if they come out, they'll just come out. So next thing I hear from the speaker, I know you're waiting for AAA, but if you want some water, just come see me at the front desk. So I start laughing. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm okay, whatever. Because the last thing I'm going to do is have to pee, right? So then, shortly after that, this guy pulls up, but he's facing me, like his car is facing my car. So he's like on his cell phone. And because I'm looking around, I don't know if he thought I was looking at him or I was staring at him. He's like, hi. I'm like, hi. I'm like, oh, I said I locked my keys in my car. That's why I'm just standing here. He was like, okay, I was wondering because I saw you there, like when I pulled up and you're still standing there, whatever. Kind of like, what's going on? So he's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, oh, no. And then right when I look over, I'm like, oh, I go, that's my sister right there. He's like, oh, okay. And then he's like, okay, stay out of trouble. I'm like, okay. So then my sister gets there. She's like, oh, AAA will be here at like, I don't know, maybe 2:45 or something at this point. Because at the point, I didn't even know what time it was. And so I called her at, so I said, what time did I call you? She goes, you called me at 1:36, which means it was way before that. Because like I said, I called the wrong number and I was just waiting there. So she's like, I came, she goes, they told me first 2:15. But now it's like 2:45, but so I didn't want to come so early. But I was going to come to make sure everything was okay. I'm like, okay. We're waiting. And then she's like, where's your spare key? I'm like, at home, it doesn't work. So she's like, well, I'm going to go home and get it and come back. So I said, okay. She's like, well, can't you just unlock it with the key? I'm like, oh, duh, yeah. She has a push start, so she's still able to push, you know, open it over the key. So she comes back, and I'm like, see, it doesn't work. And then she's like, well, did you change the battery on it? And I was like, no. She's like, oh my goodness. So she's like, well, just open it with the key. I'm like, oh my God, I don't have a key open. Like, I thought I did, but I don't. Like, I can't open it with my key. So she's like, well, I'll just take the battery out of mine and put it in yours. So she looks on her phone. She's like, oh yeah, they're both compatible. So hers is simple. You just take it out. Mine has to be taken out with like a screwdriver. So she's like, why don't you go inside and ask me if I have a screwdriver? I'm like, no, forget it. I've been going to this back and forth in the store. They're almost here, whatever. So as we're like trying to open as we're testing it, this guy's like, you can get a battery down the street, right? So we're just like cracking up just because people are just like, you know how it is. It's like all this stuff is just going on. And so, don't ask me why I never got a battery for it. That's just another story. Anyways, so she's like, I bet you it'll be faster if we just try to switch the battery so you can at least open the car door. I'm like, forget it, forget it. And then AAA called her back and they're like, it was like 3 and it was supposed to be 3:15. And then they're like, oh, well, we're gonna be at 3:34. And we're like, oh my God. So then the girl ended up pulling up at 15 minutes later. I guess she was closer than she thought. Because she's like, I'm in that area, but maybe she thought she was further away. I'm not sure. So my sister says she was like totally fine on the phone. Cool, whatever. So she pulls up the truck. And I'm like, oh, thank God. Like, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm hungry. I need to go to the store still. Like, I'm ready to go. And so she pulls up and she just like, doesn't say anything. Like, she pulls so far up that I'm thinking she's just getting gas for the little truck because, you know, and she's like not getting out of the car. And I'm like, okay, sorry, I've been there over 2 hours. I'm ready to go. So finally I walk up and I'm like, hi, I'm like, are you here to unlock the vehicle we called about? And then I said, oh, I wasn't sure if you were actually getting gas. And she looks at me and she's, I was like, okay. So then she goes to the car. She tries to open it with like, a flat thing, like a flat something. Can't get it open. And she has like a long thing, doesn't use that. And then she comes back with this black thing and she like squeezes it to open it. So it opens. I'm like, oh my God. So then she's like, I just need to check your ID. I'm like, okay. Get the ID. She looks at it, she leaves. That's it. That's all the whole time. I was like, what the heck is her problem? I told my sister, she's like, really? Because my sister was still in the car, but like far away, she couldn't hear. She goes, well, she sounded totally fine on the phone. I said, or she was like, maybe she didn't like that you came to the car. Well, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit anxious to leave the gas station. I'm here over 2 hours. And she's sitting in the car. She didn't even acknowledge that she was there for me. She just could have said, oh, I'll be with you in a moment, or hold on, or something. Nothing. So, sorry. And I think she scratched my car. I'm not sure, but I don't know. But I'm not going to say anything. It doesn't matter. So I'm like, I'm just ready to go. So then I open the door and then I lock it and I run back over to my sister's car and I'm like, hey, give me a second. Don't leave. I just want to go into the gas station and thank them. So I go inside. And mind you, these are the new people. And I'm like, the new shift change. I'm like, oh, I got my card. Thank you so much for letting me. I mean, they couldn't do anything about it, but still I was there over 2 hours blocking that spot. No, don't worry about it. He's like, are you sure you don't want any water? I'm like, oh no, I'm good. I tail it out of there. I go run in the store, and then I'm so hungry, I just like stop and give him some fries. I scarf those down. It was really exhausting. I was like tired. I was so mad at myself that I did that. But let me tell you, I won't make that mistake again. I have to use my ranch. And then I wanted coleslaw. I was like, forget it. I was ready to go home. And then I was gonna film last night, but I didn't feel like it. I felt like I was just stuck. Like, I mean, just being stuck there for 2 hours is so annoying. I must be really hungry because I'm actually not full. Last time I got so full, but you know what? Last time I had, it was filled with chicken and avocado and fries. So that's why I'm like, wait, because I feel like I could finish this. Like, but yeah, anyways, you guys, that was my situation yesterday. Oh, I missed today though. Do people still have full service stations? Because I want to go there. Like, obviously I know they'll help you at Costco, but are there any regular gas stations that still do full service? And I doubt they'd be in California if they were. You know what it is? Sometimes you just don't want to get out of your car and pump gas. It's so annoying. Couple bites. My first meal of the day. That's probably why I'm also hungry. Oh, that was so good. All right, you guys, thank you so much for listening to my gas station rant. Spending over 2 hours at the gas station locked out of my car. And encountering all the different kinds of people, which was like, honestly, just so funny to me, because I'm like, just all these things are happening in just all walks of life. People just doing random stuff, going about their business, and you know, there's people watching. It's just interesting, you know. It's just interesting to people watch, you know. But anyways, you guys, I appreciate you guys watching this video so much. please give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to, what? Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. We will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.